Okay, everyone, welcome back to Breslov Efrat here at Shira David, Baruch Hashem. It was a little epic this morning, right, before we daven, right? To get us started, right? Maybe a siren, could be a siren.
There was sirens, they said. It was.
No, but not here.
Not here.
Not here.
I heard it somewhere, and then explosions. It wasn't.
But it wasn't by here. We didn't get it.
I got the warning. They get a siren, and then afterwards
It was in Yerushalayim. What?
It got all clear.
Clear, yeah.
It was probably Bethlehem. It was pretty loud. Yeah, I could hear it clearly.
It was in Beit Lechem?
I think so.
That's what it landed in Beit
I
Lechem.
don't know. I hope.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be something?
What?
I said, wouldn't that be something?
It would be something. It would be great. But okay, whatever. Okay.
This government would probably rebuild Beit Lechem.
What?
This government would probably rebuild Beit
Yeah. They're changing slowly. Okay. All right, so we're learning Likutey Halachos Baruch Hashem, Hilchos Netilas Yadayim. We're in Halacha Vav. Today we're up to Chav Beis, so it's 6:22. For those that are following along inside, okay? Okay. So yesterday we were talking about the Dalet Kaises, right? The 4 cups connected to the 4 expressions of Geula, right? And connected to the 4 different worlds. The world of Atzilus, right? We have Bria Yetzira, and then you have Atzilus, right? And the first cup of wine is connected to the world of Asiya in this world, right? And then we get to the second cup of wine, and that's connected to the Olam Atzilus, right? And how do we get there? We tell over the story of Mitzrayim, right? We reinforce our emunah, and that's how we can do that. So today we're going to learn about the karpas, right? The karpas, right? Different people have different minhagim, what they use for the karpas, right? Some people use a little potato, some people use a radish, some people use other kind of vegetables, right? What does everyone here use? What do you use? Right. Sasha, what do you use for a karpas?
Karpas? It's a karpas, like you pass?
No. I have to say, I'm just curious, what do you use?
Potato.
A potato, yeah.
I like potato.
Okay.
Romaine.
Huh?
Romaine
lettuce for karpas? No.
Sometimes with banana.
Banana?
Yeah.
There's parsley.
Parsley, yeah. Something green, right? That's the point. Karpas. No, not the murray. No, you were thinking about murray. No, it's okay.
We use parsley.
Parsley, okay. Something green, right?
Celery, something. Yeah.
Celery.
Something green?
Something green.
Potatoes just spread them on.
No, we're going to see. No, well, okay, here, let's see.
Sometimes potatoes are green.
Yeah.
Bananas are
You got little
green.
green things coming out of it.
Okay, Chafez. V'zeh bechinas karpas shu min yarok. Yeah, yarok. She'oichlin us, that we eat then, right, after we wash our hands, right? Right, we wash the hands, and then we sit down, and we eat the karpas, right?
It's not yarok, it's yerek.
You what?
Yerek.
Yarek.
Yerek is a vegetable.
Oh, yerek, 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 yeah, right, okay. Shu bechinas moichin the katnas. That's the idea of moichin the katnas, as it says in the Priyetz Chayim. The hainu shemiramzim she'af al pi sheshasinu kais rishon. Even though we drank already the first cup, right? We drank 1 cup. We made Kiddush, right? So we came to that place of Ratzon, right? Because we made the Kiddush, right? Adayin lo zechinu le'echal ha'matzah shu machal ha'malachim. But we didn't get to eat the matzah, which is considered angelic food, right? Bechinas mon, like it's the idea like the mon. Kamei Shamar B'Seinus Chanurachas Chazal speak Rak Onu Tzrichin Liskor Tchila Aniyasenu. Right. First, we have to talk about Aniyasenu. Okay. Kiata Koidim Matan Torah Koidim Isarusa L'Asata. Because now we're still in the place of before coming to the Torah, before Matan Torah, right? When we left Mitzrayim, we didn't yet get the Torah. Achilaseinu bechinas machal behema bechinas v'chalta es yerek hasada, We would eat the vegetables of the field. Machmas shepogam ba'achilas eitz hadas. Again, it all goes back to the eitz hadas tov v'ra. Right? It all goes back to the tree of knowledge, good and bad, where Adam and Chava ate from that tree. Kamei shamar v'seinu z'chalim v'rocha shebeshor she'omar HaKadosh Baruch Hu l'Adam Arisha v'yachalta es yerek hasoda. When HaKadosh Baruch Hu said to Adam Arisha, you're going to eat the vegetables of the fields. That's you're going to be your food. You're going to eat from the fields. Nizdazeya, he trembled. He started to tremble. Until Hashem said to him, fine. You'll eat bread, but you'll eat it via the sweat of your brow. But originally, Adam Rishon was going to eat it. Shemramaz, Sheloi Eloi, She'al Yedei Yegias Va'avodas Sheyes Yagu Yisrael B'Torah Mitzvahs Yisku Lachilas Lechem Shu Machal Adam. If you're going to work, like we said, to make bread, there are 10 different chores, right? 10 different mitzvahs that we have to do to make bread. We learned that, right? There are 10 different things.
And why
right?
was he trembling?
Because I'm going to be like the animals. He said, I'm going to be like the animals, and I'm going to eat the vegetables. I mean, just things from the field, like the animals.
Well, it wouldn't be so bad, no work.
No, but he's not on the same level as the animal.
Mm-hmm. And it's just like, yeah, now you got to work hard for your food. Like, okay, that's great.
No, you're missing the point. No. Hashem put him in the category like you're going to eat the same thing that the animals eat. He's not on the same level.
Mm-hmm.
Adam Rishon is still a medaber. He's not a chai. Chai, there's the different classes of creation, right?
Yeah.
You have domain, which is the inanimate objects. You have sameach, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chai and medaber. So Adam Rishon says, okay, Hashem, I made my mistake, but now you're putting me down to the same level as Chai?
All right, so let behemoth. Okay, so you're going to get like...
Am I going to eat the same?
Mukha.
Am I going to eat the same thing as the animals? Am I like that? So Hashem said, no, because animals don't eat bread, right? Unless maybe, I guess they would eat bread if you gave it to them. Right?
Yeah, my dog eats.
They don't produce bread. Nobody produces bread.
I understand, but it's not the food of an animal.
Yeah,
Animals don't produce anything.
right.
Except coffee.
They produce love.
Oh my goodness. Animals produce coffee. Unbelievable. Machal Adam. Okay. What? No, so here we go. So here you have it. Okay, it's amazing how it always goes back to the Eitz Hadas Tevera. It's unbelievable, mamish. How it always goes back to that, and we're always trying to make the tikkun for the Eitz Hadas Tevera. The first avera was to do with eating. So the whole thing is about eating. It's all about making the repair for the first mistake.
It's the first mitzvah about kashrus.
Yeah. What?
First mitzvah about kashrus.
Yeah.
He can't complain that he's being, reduced to the level of an animal.
Demoted. Yes, being demoted.
Because he had a dibur,
Yeah.
and he didn't ask for mechila.
He didn't ask for mechila, but okay, he had dibur. Wait a second. But the Nachash was part of the other group, but he also spoke. So he was like, He didn't have too much interaction at that point, right? Right. So, and here there was a snake talking to him. So he had dibur, the snake had dibur. Right? No.
You know, it's
Okay.
amazing to me. We drink 4 cups of wine on Pesach, Seder, and we're fine. If we drank 4 big cups of wine on Purim, we'd be knocked out practically.
On Purim, we use a mitzvah to drink wine.
I know, no, but if
You
we
mean
drank
did on
the
a
same-
regular Friday night, you mean, on a regular...
No, I'm talking about Purim. If
Oh,
you
on
drank
Purim,
the same
okay.
amount of wine
Yeah,
you
yeah.
do on Pesach, you'd
Right.
be drunk.
Mm-hmm.
But on Pesach, we're not drunk.
Right,
Maybe
right.
it's because it's spread out or something, but we don't get drunk.
No, also because Hashem is giving us He helps us on
Oh,
Pesach
I
night.
know. I mean, it's obvious.
Yeah.
Something's different. It's the same wine.
It's the same wine, yeah.
You know, it's the same. Interesting. Huh?
Okay, let's see. Okay.
Yes. I mean, I think it's
Right.
curious.
So we understand this idea of the karpas, right? The vegetable, right? The vegetable that we eat, right? And we eat that right after we had the first cup, but I'm not yet ready to get to the second cup. And what motivates me, gets me prepared to get to the next cup? When we said, like we said, the Kana ben Shoyl, the children asked the question to Manish Tana. Right, that's why we move the ka'ara, we take it off the plate, we take it off the table, we move it around on the table, different things to get the children to ask. And then we can answer them, and then we explain how HaKadosh Baruch Hu took us out, and that's what gives us the ability to have the second cup, to connect, again, like we said, connect the worlds, the Olam HaAsiyah to the Olam HaAtzilus, to connect this world to the upper world. Right? That's how we do with the second cup. All right, let's go to Chav Gimel. Zeh bechinas yachad sheporson hamatzah lehoyrei she'af al pi shebaitzin uporson oisai ef shalechol tekev ad sheyisaper b'tzias Mitzrayim. It's an interesting thing. We take the matzah and we both say we break the matzah. Right? You take the middle matzah, you break it, right? But I don't need it. I break it, but I don't need it. It's interesting. This, we do these things, but now Rav Nosson is analyzing the things that we're doing. Why would normally you break the bread, you eat it, right? Where we're talking about the B'tzias HaPas, right? You break the bread, you eat the bread. Here you don't do that, right? Alpha Bisha B'tzias in a person, I say you make the piece, right? Ef shelechol tekev ad sheyisapru b'tzias Mitzrayim, until you speak over you speak about the exodus of Egypt. You speak about how Hashem took us out of Mitzrayim. In order to connect the worlds together, like we said, we connect the Olam HaAsiyah, this world, to the upper world, where Hashem came from the upper world down to this world to take care of things. And the worlds are connected. Ala kushas. Then you can get to eat the matzah that quiets down all of the questions. Right? All the questions that we have. And we see the same way we were in Mitzrayim. Let's think about that. We were in Mitzrayim. We were in a place where it was impossible for anyone to ever escape from Mitzrayim. Russia had the Iron Curtain, right? But people did escape from Russia. Right? There wasn't that many. There wasn't that many, but there were people that were able to escape. Mitzrayim, no one escaped. Nobody escaped. Nobody escaped. Here, we all came out of it. So 1 second, people feel they're in a situation that it's impossible to get out of. Really? It's impossible to get out of? We were in Mitzrayim also. It was impossible to get out. But Hashem took us out. So if you're in a situation you feel that it's impossible, who said that for Hashem anything's possible? In our minds, something may be impossible. But for Hashem, anything is possible. So you understand, this is what, so we break this bread, and then we say over the Yetzias Mitzrayim, we talk about how Hashem took us out. So then it answers all of our questions. It calms down whatever problem I'm dealing with, whatever challenge I'm dealing with, whatever obstacle I'm dealing with. I say, wait a second. Hey, Hashem, you got me. So I realize, Hashem, you could take me out of anything. What am I worried about? You put me in this thing. You put me in this situation. You custom tailored this situation for me. Right? You custom tailored this. And you took us out of Egypt that was impossible. So I know you'll help me out here too. And we can do this all the time. What?
They were there a long time.
What's that?
They were there a long time.
Yeah, a couple of years.
210 years, yeah. Yeah,
That's a
so,
long time.
okay.
I wonder what they were thinking during that time.
We said yesterday, they would sit down together on Shabbos, where Moshe Rabbeinu
Moshe wasn't
said,
there all the time, though.
Moshe
I mean,
Rabbeinu
that's
said,
20
went
years.
to Paroi, And Moshe Rabbeinu said to Paro, you have to give these guys a day off because or else they're going to die. You're going to kill them. You won't have any slaves. So Paro said, okay, what day should we give them off? He said Shabbos. Moshe Rabbeinu didn't know about Shabbos yet. Hashem didn't give him the mitzvah yet. But he perceived it. That's what we said yesterday. That Moshe Rabbeinu, we say on Shabbos morning, on Shach, we say, Yismach Moshe b'matnas chelkai. What's his chelik? That he was able to perceive Shabbos. Right? See that? So that's the point. So it gives you shtika ala kushas. It gives us, calms me down with all the questions I have in my mind. Why Hashem this, that. All the questions that we have. It calms down the mind. Calms down all the questions. Quiets down the mind. Rak sha'oinin all of the varim habe, but we say a lot of different things we speak about, right? The matzah, we say matzah is what we're answering. We're speaking a lot about HaKadosh Baruch Hu, right? Matzah causes you to think this bread, right? People talk all about the matzah today. They say, oh, it was so expensive. Oh, this one's too thick. This is burnt. really, what we're supposed to speak about is how HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us this beautiful food, right? We know that the matzah has two principal properties to it, right? The Zohar says that matzah is achlosa desvasa and it's achlosa dehemenusa, right? It has medicinal properties to it. And people say, what does that mean? I mean, I eat the matzah and it does a number on my stomach, right?
Right? The medicinal...
It's spiritual. The spiritual medicinal benefit. On Pesach, right?
If I eat it all year round, I don't know, it's going to help me...
No, on
meditate.
Pesach. Yeah, on Pesach. And it's also achlasa de menusa. It's emunah food.
It's also on Pesach.
On Pesach, yes. Listen, it must have something to do during the year too. I mean,
I eat it. I like it.
Right. But we said when you eat bread has matzah in it also. Because it was made originally with flour and water, right? What makes bread? What constitutes bread is there was flour and water mixed together, and then they added other ingredients. So there's really in there, there's a matzah inside the bread.
The main thing is flour and water.
Flour and water, that's it. Anything, that's right. If you want to have real bread, has to start with flour and water. Flour and water. Okay, all of the Vahabev. Shehem Shiras V'Zishbachais Al She'etzionu Mimitzrayim V'Gila Lekusay Leinenu, right? And HaKadosh Baruch Hu took us out of Mitzrayim. V'Gila Lekusay Leinenu Shezeh Bechinas Lechem Oini. This is the lechem that we speak about. It's lechem oini that we can answer. We answer a lot of questions. It answers a lot of questions that we have on Hashem. I realize they're not really questions. Kamoshin is bar behilchas Peter Rechem. It says we're going to learn more about when Rav Nosson gave us these are the Roshei Prokim, like he said, for the Hilchas Peter Rechem and when Chamor. It's interesting that we have the Peter Chamor, right? It's interesting. We have it in this week's parsha, right? Interesting, right? Mm-hmm. Isn't it interesting that of all the non-kosher animals, only the chamar gets the petah chamar.
Holiest animal.
It's amazing, right? Only the donkey, right? We have when you have the firstborn of animals. Kosher animals. Okay, so that you do pet. Okay, but then there's something special mitzvah petah chamar. Right, that you have to be poda the donkey, and I went to one. I was at one. Baruch Hashem, I was at one. It's amazing. They dress up the donkey with jewelry and everything. It's amazing. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Same thing. They're pretty much same thing like a baby. They
Yeah. With a bow, with a pillow. They do the same thing. Yeah. No, but the reason is because the donkey was Mekadesh Hashem's name. Right? In this week's Parsha. Right? Lama Hikasi Shalish Regolim, right? Why'd you hit me 3 times? Right? Shalish Regolim.
The hair of the Chamor was created.
Yeah. By Bein HaShmashas.
Right.
The pair of the Chamor was created Bein HaShmashas and Erev Shabbos. Right? Bein HaShmashas, that time, that quandary time. Right? That time of Bein HaShmashas. Hashem Pia Asan, and also He made the Pia Aretz, right? It was also created at that time, right? That opened up the mouth for Kairach, right? So it's amazing. See that it's so unbelievable. Learning in the parsha, we're learning Peteh Rechem, and that's the Peteh Chamor. The Peteh Chamor, that's mamash amazing things. Okay, Bayin Leel Vinyan B'Tzias Hapas Sheikah Liptzaya B'Bracha Kedinoi B'Oifin Sheyiska Oz LaHamshach Oros HaRotzai B'Shas HaChila Ayin Sham V'Ata B'Pesach Shu Tchilas His Karvas EF Shel Echel Tekev. So normally this is the thing. This is normally you wash your hands. You say the Asher Kiddushim Al Netilas Yadayim, and then you look at your bread. You know where the darker part is that you're going to break the bread, right? And you make the Hamaitzi Lechem and so you break the bread, you eat it, right? That's after Matan Torah, right? But by Pesach, we're still before Matan Torah, right? And when we're sitting at the Seder, it's like your mamish coming out of Mitzrayim now. So you'll sit there, you'll tell me, well, I don't know, we already got the Torah, but by Pesach we know that you have to feel that you're really going out of Mitzrayim, like I'm going out right now, right? So in other words, in that case, if I'm really going out now, I didn't get the Torah yet. And if I didn't get the Torah yet, I need to prepare myself to be able to eat. I need to prepare myself. How do I prepare myself to be able to eat that I can come to the Oros HaRotzon? I have to talk about the Hashem's miracles. As I speak about Hashem's miracles, I can do that. But normally you're not allowed to do that. Normally you make the Al Netilas Yadayim, right? And you wash and you sit down and you eat the bread right away, right? That's what we always do, right? But on Pesach we don't do that. We just said, right? You break the matzah and then you put the other way a pea, the other one away, the bigger pea you put for the Afi Koimin. And the other part you put there, right, and you hold it together where you make the Hamaitzi Lechem and you hold it, the Prusa and the whole one together. Okay, whatever. But that's the point. And it was normally you wash, you eat the bread right away, you might say the pas right away. But here at Pesach you're not doing that. Ef shelechel tekav. V'al kein beitziyim v'shoyven hamatzah mikoydem. Right, you do it before shezeo bechinas yachatz. That's when we break the middle matzah. We don't need it right away. Umasad in Haggadah lahoyrois she'ata efshel lahamshich tikun habetzia shehu hamshachas ha'aretz harotzen kiyem ha'idei tzipa yitzias mitzrayim sha'idei zen nechlol and leilomos. That's how I connect the worlds. That's what we're demonstrating. We're demonstrating that at the Seder. We're demonstrating this idea that I have to connect the worlds together. I'm in the world of Asiya. I have to connect the world of Asiya back to the world, up to the world of Atzilus. How do I do that? I speak about Hashem's miracles, how Hashem took me out, how Hashem took us out of Mitzrayim, the place that no one was able to get out of. But Hashem took us all out in broad daylight. In broad daylight. Hashem took us out of Mitzrayim in broad daylight. Unbelievable. Okay, so now we go, we're at the Seder, right? And now we eat the matzah, right? We do the matzah, we have the morah, right? We have the kairach, right? We have the sandwich, we make a sandwich, zeichel and migdash l'hil, right? Hillel, okay. And then after that we have a barech, right? We bench, we have halal and nirtza, right? So here we go. After we drink another 2 cups, right? We talked about the first 2, right? You make Kiddush on the first one, then you have another cup right before you eat the matzah, right? Now, after benching, you have another cup. There's 3rd cup, right? And then you have the 4th cup. Sheyesh bayam ha'chochma shehem haramozim. Right, I'm sorry. Sorry. Right, Haim kineged shtei yadayim. They're connected to the 2 hands of the Yam HaChochma. The shtei yadayim b'Yam HaChochma. Right, sheyesh b'Yam HaChochma shehem haramozim. Those are the ramozim shemisham harpanosa v'achila misham haras haratzon. So we said that really there's a place called the Yam HaChochma which is the place of Ratzon, which is the place of Keter, high up there. And that's where all blessing comes down from. All blessing comes down from that place. All blessing comes down. We learned a lot about that. This is not a new concept, right? That comes to the Aras Ratzon. Uvechlal ha'arba koisos heim keneged hamalchus she'oilu lekabel harpanosa mishtei yadayim sheyesh b'yam ha'chochma. And the arba koisos are keneged the malchus she'oilu that goes up lekabel parnosa mishtei yadayim from the two hands, right? Sheyesh b'yam ha'chochma. In other words, okay, let's go back. Before we wash our hands, what do? We wash our hands. And then we use okay. Let's review and we'll understand what we're talking about here with Hashem's help. Okay, we have to wash our hands. What's the minimum requirement that we wash our hands with? A revius, right? We need a revius. Why a revius? Because revius, we said, is a measurement of mikvah midyaraisa. A revius, right? We said if you have a little guma, right? There's a little hole in the ground, right? And you're able to, and then it rained, and it filled it up with rainwater, right? So if you have small objects that you want to purify, let's say you have a needle, a little spoon, or something, you can actually dip it in that and then use, and that will actually purify it, because that is the sheer mikvah of the minimum sheer mikvah midiraisa. Okay, now. So the rules are, when you wash your hands, you use at least a revius of water, right? Use the revius of water. I want to purify my hands. We said all sin and everything is connected to the yadayim, right? So I want to purify my hands. So I take the revius of water and I wash my hands with the revius of water. Then I lift up my hands, right? We lift up our hands. We say, Su Yadeichem Kodesh Uvarachas Hashem. Right? We lift up our hands to our head. Right, to remind ourselves, the Yam HaChochma, the Ratzon, where is all your parnasa coming from? It's coming from the Rabbeinu Shalom. It's not coming from me, it's coming from you, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, from that place of the Yam HaChochma. So that's why I lift up my hands, the Shtei HaYadayim. Okay, and then I make the bracha al netilas yadayim, right? And then I botzei the pas, and I realize the pas we said again. Why do we the pas when we're going to break the bread? You want to break the bread at the place where it was connected to the fire, right? Where it's a little darker. It got a little bit more. It got a little singed. Why? Because the fire is connected yira, right? The pachad. Right, fire is yira, yiras Hashem. You need to have yiras Hashem in order to be successful, right? So I remind myself when I'm breaking the bread with the darker piece. Why the darker piece? Because that's going to bring me to yiras Hashem. To remind me, hey, it's not what I'm doing in order to make this bread. It's not my money. It's all Hashem. It's all you. And Hashem, you're the one that made this bread. Yeah, you're going to tell me, no, it was the baker did it. No, who gave the baker the idea on how to make it? Who made it actually work to make it into bread? It was Hashem. And you remind yourself, it's always the Rabbeinu Shalom. You understand? This is what we're trying to do every time when we're eating. We're trying to come to that place, to that beautiful place of Ratzon. Shezeh arba bechinos. That's the four different aspects. Chochma, Malchus, Yadayim, Shayadei Zeh. Meya Oras HaRotzon B'Shleimus, you can have the Oras HaRotzon B'Shleimus, B'al Kain, Mesaimin, Nirtza, B'Bechinas Oras HaRotzon, right? Nirtza is the same thing like Rotzon, same idea, right? Nirtza, right? The same idea, B'Tikunim, Nifloyim, Shezoichem La'yedei HaSeder, we make tremendous different Tikunim. We're making tremendous repairs. We don't even realize what we're doing. Again, we have the Seder, and the Seder is so specific. It's so medukti. Everything that we do is so special. We're making tremendous tikkunim. We don't even realize what we're doing. We don't realize how beautiful and special it is. It's very special. We're making tremendous tikkunim during the Seder. Okay, now Chav Hei v'akoises ba'atzman sheshoisen bahem hayayin. shel arba koisos ein bechinas yira. They are the idea of yira ki kois begematria elikim. How do you like that? Kois is the gematria of elikim. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Kos, I have to come back to Yiras Hashem. Elikim. Elikim is Yira, right?
Kim is Dean,
Din, part of Yira.
and it's scary.
Yeah, no, that's part of Yiras Hashem.
Yeah.
No, but if you have Yiras Hashem, you're not scared of the Din.
Yeah. No, I'm saying the Dean's supposed to be scary. Right?
No, but if a person has Yiras Hashem, Reish is Chachma Yiras Hashem. If a person has Yiras Hashem, he's not scared of Din because he's not doing things wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You're only scared of Din if you don't have. In other words, if you have Yiras Hashem, you don't have Yiras Hadin, because you're not worried about the Din because you have Yiras Hashem. But if you don't have Yiras Hashem, you better be scared about that judgment. Okay, or you could say that the person has Yiras Hadin, and that therefore that's the lower level, right? That's the lower level. I don't want to get in trouble with the judge, so if I won't do anything wrong, that's also good. Basically, stay away from doing the okay. Kikois begematria elikim kamuva in the Eitz Chaim. Okay, shu bechinas yira bechinas es elikim ani yorei. Es elikim ani yorei. I fear Hashem. I don't fear the government. I don't fear the Hezbollah. I don't fear the I fear Elikim. It's all you, Hashem. I'm not fearful of physical things. Why? Because we said Hashem is controlling everything in the world. So if Hashem is everything in the world, He's controlling everything, why should I be scared of things in the world? If I can have if I can have my proper fear of Hashem, and He can help me with anything, why am I fearing anything else? Right? We have to reinforce this. Right? People have a pocket, they're scared of everything, right? They hear a siren, they hear this, they hear that. They say, there may be a siren, I'm scared. They're right. Scared of Elikim. This is what it is. Look what it says here. Es Elikim ani yorei. Es Elikim ani yorei. Elikim is what I fear. Ki kol ha-bechinas hanal Kluyim b'yira, shu bechinas malchus k'mavaya b'Torah now. Okay, it's all connected back to malchus again, the malchus of Hashem, right? When we have the malchus Hashem, and we realize Hashem is the melech, as we say, "B'yayim hu yeh Hashem echad u'shmei echad, hayel melech al kol haaretz." Right? Hakadosh Baruch Hu is the melech al kol haaretz, malchus. Mal kein kinui shisias yayin rak al Hashem kaises. Right, when we talk about the Arba Kaisos, it's called Kaisos. We call it the Arba Kaisos. Why do we keep talking about the Kaisos? It's Arba Kaisos. Oh, because of the 4 different levels. And Malchus, Yira, Kais is Elikim. Shomer Tzrichen Lishto is Arba Kaisos ki ayayin hu bechinas hamshochas harotzon. Because the yayin itself is hamshach. I can draw down to myself rotzen. I can draw myself this rotzen, the same rotzen that I can get to when I say Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad Baruch Shem Kovei. The same rotzen that I can get to at Shalosh Shudas when it's the time of Raiva the Raivin, and I can come to that place of rotzen. The same place I can come to the rotzen when I'm washing my hands and I pick up my Yasuya and I'm Baitzea the Pas in that place of Yira. And it can bring me to that place of Ratzah. When I drink my wine, it can bring me to the same place. How do you like that? You can always be connected to Hashem with all different aspects of mitzvahs that we're doing. It's wonderful. It's really wonderful. But you can only get anything. If you want to be successful, we said that a person can be a big lamdan. He could learn a lot of Torah. He could learn a lot and do all. But the guy could be doing the worst things in the world if he doesn't have Yiras Hashem. Right? And he can have another guy that is not so learned, but he's working on his Yiras Hashem. The guy's doing good things. It's all dependent on Yirah. That's why I believe the first tefillah we say in the morning is Reishis, we say Modani, and then Reishis Chachma Yiras Hashem. We talk about that right away in the morning. Reish is Chachma. You want to have Chachma? Yiras Hashem. Shu b'chinas malchus she'oila u'mekabel parnosa miyam ha'chochma. And that's the malchus, that's mekabel. Again, malchus has nothing by itself. It has nothing by itself. It's only what you put into it. Right? If you have a king that doesn't have any constituents, he doesn't have any subjects. So he's not a king. What makes the person a king? He has people that he controls, right? When I have my Yiras Hashem, I'm becoming Hashem's subject. I'm making something of the Malchus. V'gam kol ha'aretz beinu Talmud, the same idea of Bein and Talmud, the same idea that we said of the Olam Asiyah and the Olam Atzilus, the same idea that the Ben has, he accepts from the and the Talmud. You have the Ben and the Talmud connects it to the Rebbe and the father. Right, you have a Rebbe who has a Talmud, and a father has a son, right? And we said that the son is actually an aspect of Talmud, and we said that the Talmud is actually an aspect of son, because if a person's Melamed Ben Chaverei Torah, it's Kilu Yolda, right? In other words, a Talmud and a Ben is really one of the same. Hakol Bechinas Yira K'Meishim Vayisham. Yeah. In other words, when I was in Vienna on my trip back to America, so it was right by Gimel Thomas, right? That's the big yontif by Chabad. It's a big yontif by Chabad. What? That's when the Rebbe left. Okay, so they. It was very strange. So we were there. It was Friday night. Well, by a beautiful place he set up his mamash, something beautiful, and there must have been about 200 people that were at this Suda. A lot of people, a lot of Israelis were stuck, and a lot of people were traveling. Whatever, a lot of people were there. Right, the Chabad, yeah. So the Chabad shliach gets up and he says to them like this. He says, you guys all came here. You wanted to study. And go to the museum of Sigmund Freud. He said, here we have this rabbi here from Efrat, from Israel. He's trying to get back to Israel, and he's a real Freud. So he says, so please tell over the people something. So I had to figure out something to say about the Rebbe on for Gimel Thomas. So I was thinking about this lesson. So I said, listen, I respect Chabad a lot, and I said like this. I said, my Rebbe, Rabbi Moshe Weinberg, has said that you really have to understand, you have to learn Tanya, because Tanya, he said, is 101 of Chassidus. If you really want to understand Chassidus, he said you have to really study Tanya. I did study Tanya. Okay, Baruch Hashem. All right, anyway. So I said, the Rebbe had no children. I said, is that really true? The Rebbe had no children? I said, how about the Rebbe has thousands and thousands of children? So he looked at me. So I said, there's an idea of Ben and Talmud. There's an idea of Ben and Talmud, a Rebbe, Av, and Ben and a Talmud. So what is it? So I said, the Lubavitcher Rebbe, he sent shluchim all around the world, and they're teaching over his teachings, right? They're teaching over his teachings, right? They're only there because he sent them. It's amazing. We don't realize that. That the benefit, you go anywhere you want in the world, literally almost to any place you go, and there's a shliach there with his Beit Chabad. It's fascinating. It really is. So I said, they say that the Rebbe had no children. I say the Rebbe had thousands of children, maybe even million children. It was based on this lesson. All right. Anyway. So that was something very special. This idea of the connection of the Rebbe and the the Talmud, the father and the son, and that's the same idea we have of the wine that brings a person to the idea of the rotzen. The question is, should we go a little further? Let's go a little further. Yeah. Okay, let's go further. Chavav. V'zeh b'china shtei harechitzos the leil Pesach. Oh, so that's interesting also. Right? We wash our hands 2 times on Pesach night. Right? We wash our hands before the before the karpas, and then we wash our hands before the matzah. Right? Rechitza bechinas bitochon ki bitochon beloshen targum urechitza. How do you like that? Bitochon in the lashon of targum is rechitza. Interesting, right? Same like washing, right? The same idea of washing. We're doing shtei rechitzas. Oh, 2 levels of bitochen. He says he saw it in Avodas Yisrael on Pesach. B'simin rechitza merames ala bitochen. So Rav Nosson is saying he saw this somewhere else. He saw this, okay? And simin rechitza is merames al bitochen. Isn't that interesting? Sasha, is that nice? Huh? No one ever thought of that before, right? Do you ever think of that? What?
No.
No, but when we say in the Birch we talk rechitza, right? We're talking about that.
Yeah.
It's bitochen, right? There we go.
What are you saying? What receipts of the tucker? I don't know what that is.
Okay, okay, I'll explain. Okay. Okay, so Mordechai, when we have the Seder, we start off the Seder, we say Kadesh, Urchatz, Karpas, Yacha, right, Magid, okay, Rochza. Okay, so we talk about the things. So what is Urchatz? By washing my hands. I wash my hands. Then we have Rechida. Then we go and we wash our hands again before the matzah.
Right.
So that's called Rochza. It's the 2 times we washing our hands.
Okay.
The word Rochza. Now the word Rochza in Aramaic happens to mean betochen.
Oh.
Faith, right? Happens to mean, so there's 2 different levels of the betochen. 2 rechitzas, 2 levels of betochen. How do you like that? Thank you for asking, so I explained it. Do you understand it now?
One down here and one up there.
No, we're gonna see. No, just first understand the idea of the word rochza in Aramaic. That same word, the way it's spelled, is the meaning of that word in Aramaic is betochen. Faith. Okay, got it? Okay. היינו שקודם אכילה צריכים לרחוץ ידה במים, שזה מצוות נטילת ידיים לסעודה, כדי לתאר הידיים שהם אסקוניos. Right? Because our hands, Chazal tell, are very busy. Askonias. The hands, when busy, you're scratching and moving and touching. The hands are busy. So before you can eat, you're going to have to wash your hands. כדי שיוכל להמשיך שפע פרנסה מידיים, sheyesh b'yam ha'chochma. Oh, because I want to connect myself back to that yam ha'chochma. How do I connect myself back to the yam ha'chochma? With my yadayim. When he said, when we pick up our hands, we pick up both hands and we say, su yadechem kodesh v'rosh. And when I pick up my both hands, what are we doing? What are we doing? We're picking up the 2 hands, and each hand has how many joints in it? 14. 14 times 2 is 28. 28 is the gematria of koyach. Koyach masav higil liyamai. Right? My koyach. I really, but koyach of oitzim yadi also liyesachayil azeh. I'm reminding myself that the koyach is all coming from Hashem. Right? I need to do that. But I can only do that if I wash my hands first. I wash all the sin. I wash the impurity off my hands, like we said before. I use that revius of water to wash off the impurity, so then I can actually lift up my hands and realize the koyach is coming from you, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Okay? Okay. Askonias. Kidei sheyuchol lahamshach shel banas b'yadai. Okay. B'chol zeh nimshach hayadei b'tochen. All this comes through b'tochen. B'tochen is, okay, we have emunah and we have b'tochen, right? And we spoke about this a lot, but it's always good to review this idea. What is the difference between emunah and b'tochen? Are they the same?
No.
One is like you believe in something. The next one is bitachon, you bet on it.
You demonstrate it. You demonstrate. You demonstrate what you believe.
Yeah.
B'tochen is demonstrating what you believe. Right? A lot of people believe something, but they do something totally different. But we said you have to have the Yiras Hashem. If you have the Yiras Hashem, right? And that's grounded. So then your emunah and your bitachon will be in line, right? You need to have bitachon. That's something very, very important, right? Very important. The bitachon is actually the way I demonstrate what I believe. I believe something, but what I believe, I don't really know. It manifests itself in the way when I actually when I perform whatever I'm doing, I realize that I actually believe in what I said. Or am I believing in one thing and I'm doing something else? Or is it like they say, echad b'peh be'echad b'leiv? Right? Is it two different things? I say one thing, but I have something else in my heart. Right?
One is what I say, the other one is what I do.
Yeah. What you believe. No, Amunah is what I believe.
Yeah,
I believe. I'm Mamin b'Hashem.
Mamin,
I believe in Hashem. But then when I get scared, if something happens, do I get scared of that thing?
That's what I do.
Or do I realize, wait a second, I'm not going to be scared of that because it's all Hashem. It's Elikim ani yoreh, we just said, right? It's Elikim ani yoreh.
Then do I really have a munah if I won't follow it?
But that's the question, right? So you have to perfect it. That's what I was working on Emunah, right? K'moishe mevoyer sham b'Torah now shakol mitzapim al parnasa. Everyone is mitzapin, right? We're all hoping to get our parnasa, right? We're hoping that the money comes in. We're all hoping that we have what we need to make our payments, right? Right? Hamalchus mekabeles kol elu habitchonais. So again, when I wash my hands, rechitza, right? We said rechitza is the same meaning as the word of bitachon. When it comes to the leil aseder, we wash our hands two times, right? Two rechitzas, two levels of bitachon. Therefore, I have to constantly wash my hands before I eat, to recognize that the food that I have on my plate wasn't given to me. I didn't buy it because of my craftiness. I got it from you, Hashem. But I can only do that if I wash my hands. That's why people don't like to wash to eat a Suda. They'd rather not wash their hands. They'd rather eat something quick, and then they don't have to bother washing and benching and all of that, right? But we see how important it is. If I want to eat, and I want to eat in the way that I can connect myself to Hashem, that I can connect myself to realize and get the blessing that all my parnasa comes from Hashem. Isn't that so nice when you realize you're connected to Hashem and your parnasa is coming from Hashem? It's nice. It's not coming because this guy, that guy, this deal, that deal, I heard this deal. Normally that's what people think. Oh, this guy was so nice, he gave me this tip. It's him. No, I have to remind myself, this guy only called me and told me this and this because Hashem told him to do that. You understand? It's all me'ez Hashem. The blessing. Yeah, you want to say something?
Well, because one thing's becoming important is you also have to learn while you're having your meal.
That's true. Yes, you have to always. You're supposed to have. Right. We said that if you don't want your table to be from zivchei mesim, right? You don't want to eat from dead carcasses, right? Like we said, zivchei mesim, right? So you have to have Torah at your meal, right? Torah at your meal, right?
That's when I read my Ma'am Loez now.
Well, you can read whatever you want, whatever you want to read. You can read whatever you'd like. Read just something of Torah, right? Some people say that the Mayim Achronim Chayvi, right? That's a Torah, it's a halacha, right? Then you remind yourself how to do Mayim Achronim, right? Okay. Ki Amayim Sheim Bechinas Hadas Shal Yam HaChochma, right? The Mayim is Das. The Mei Adas, the waters of Das, of Hashem, which come from the Yam HaChochma. Hey metarin mikol hatumois shebayim aidei ruach shtus shu heipech hadas. Right, the Gemara says that a person only does an avera if a ruach shtus comes into the person. Right, if a ruach shtus comes into the person, so then it causes him a ruach of folliness. Is that how you say it? Shtus? How we say folliness? Is that a good translation? Yeah. It is. Okay. Some form of folliness comes into the person, and then the person is not connected to Hashem. He's involved in the folliness. He's involved in that. He's not connected, and then he can do the sin. But if a person is constantly working on purifying his hands, purifying and eating and recognizing it's all coming from Hashem, connecting to the Das, so then he takes himself away from the impurity of the hands. That's why there's such a phobia people have to wash and eat bread. There's a phobia today. No, don't eat bread. Don't eat bread.
Right, but people have phobia to it because it falls under the category of carbohydrates.
Yeah,
It
okay.
has a lot of calories and it turns into fat.
Right,
And if
right.
you're trying to lose weight, yeah, even very firm people. I mean, they'll say they eat the tiny.
But Yossi, can I ask you a question? Yossi, can I ask you a question?
It's not true.
Doesn't Hashem...
That's not true.
People don't want to wash their bread, but they'll eat cake.
They'll eat cake, right? That same guy will eat
There's
cake.
people that I know like that are
Yeah,
really,
okay.
on diets.
Vegophobia.
They say no carb. No, they won't eat pasta either.
Okay.
But Hashem can have
I
you
know,
not have those calories be a part of you because of what you're doing while you're eating.
Yossi, if a person eats a kazayas of bread, right, a kabeya, it's not that much bread. So he'll walk a little more, do a little more exercise. What's the big deal? What's the big deal?
Bread is not very high in
So
calories.
you're saying just like
Bread, you don't have
pasta,
to eat, don't eat, we're talking about the bread.
Yeah,
Not pizza.
just like matzah, like you have to eat.
Yes, you have to eat the matzah. So don't Wednesday, those guys don't eat
Flour.
matzah either?
No.
They do eat
They
matzah?
do. That's the other
Oh, they do. Okay.
But again, you're talking about the deeper ideas, which is
No.
just
But
like
in
matzah has
Shulchan Aruch,
flour.
there's a mitzvah. There's a mitzvah in the mitzvah in Shulchan Aruch to eat pas shachris. It's a mitzvah. It's in Shulchan Aruch to eat pas shachris. There's no mitzvah to eat dinner, no mitzvah to eat lunch. There's a mitzvah to eat pas shachris. If you're doing something based on the mitzvah, why do you think that it'll be negative to the person's health? Doesn't Hashem control our health? Yossi, how many guys that are going to the gym and they're doing all this and the next day they drop dead of a heart attack? How many guys like that?
If they had
They're alive.
bread and a meal, they wouldn't have dropped dead.
No, there are a lot of guys. They believe that their health is in their own hands. I'm controlling my health. But when we make the bracha hashiyatza, how do we end off the bracha? Mafli la sois. Hashem does it in the most wondrous way. So you really believe, if you're following what Shulchan Aruch tells you to do, it's going to be negative to the person's health?
It should not be. And then there's
I don't believe that.
Some tzaddikim or whatever, like old people, they never exercise a day in their life, and they live like to 99 and a half.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've always seen that.
Yeah?
I've been by Rav Steinman many times, and it was just amazing. Whatever. The man will kept going. Rav Eliashiv,
Yeah?
like
Baruch
100
Hashem.
years old. Or something.
Yeah. He didn't go to the gym. They didn't do all of these things. It's all Me'ez Hashem. Yossi.
You see the
Ki heim chayenu v'ayrech yameinu. Uvan, Yossi. Ki heim chayenu v'ayrech yameinu uvan nege yoyma v'layla. Those guys live a long time. But these other guys, they tell you, no, you got to go to the gym, you got to do that. I don't know. He's giving you examples of people that didn't go to the gym, and they live fine. They live better lives, and they were much happier than all the other guys.
The thing that we don't remember is that we can pray for our health and have health.
But you are praying for us when you say the Asher Yotzer.
Right.
Do Stadlut and still.
Yeah, okay. Right, do a shtadlut. Okay. Listen. Again, you see the benefit. You can't get these benefits unless you wash your hands. You don't wash your hands. You can wash your hands once in the morning. That you wash anyway. You say al netilas yadayim by one time. Right, but you're supposed to wash it. That's everyone does that, right? Right, whether you're eating bread or not, you wash your hands one day. You say right al netilas yadayim, and then you make the asher yotza. Whether you went to the bathroom or not, that's part of tefillah.
Even
Okay.
if you don't go to the bathroom, you say it?
No, there's in tefillah. In tefillah, you say,
tefillah.
yeah. There's one asher yotza. It goes just in tefillah, right? Right. Let's go. Okay. Kimetai mikol atuma shebayna yedei ruach shtus. Okay. V'al kein roiv ha'maineya ruach shtus me'avaydasa yizbarach al yedei tirdas ha'parnasa. Look at this, huh? Is that right? Look at it. Look at these words. Ki roiv maineya haruach shtus. Right. Me'avaydasa yizbarach al yedei tirdas haparnasa. Huh? Is that what they're doing? Absolutely. See that? He says absolutely. Machma sheruach shtus mate oisai ki'ilu yesh bekoyach yodav lahamshich parnasa shezeh bechidas begam v'mati koyach v'oitzim yodi osali. Notice people think that I'm going to control my health because I'm going to do what I read. Some Michigan has said that this is good for my health, and I read that, and therefore I'm going to be healthy. Right? And the other guy says, well, it said that I have to be in the store at 9 o'clock, and I got to be at the phone because if I'm not there exactly at that time, I'll miss my business, right? And people get involved in that, and they take themselves away from serving Hashem because of the things that they talk into themselves. No? Isn't it true?
Yeah. So
they don't know.
It's like a circle. Once the pronounce goes down, so it puts me in a
Bad mood.
And then it's back. And it's just like, oh, you gotta work more, you gotta do this and that. Like instead of and then my mind can't
He can't get out of it, right? Can't get out of it. That's what he just said. Right? It all comes through my purifying my hands. All my parnasa comes from that place. From that place, when I lift up, I purify my hands again with the revius of water, which is a level, which is a measurement of water that's midaraisa considered a mikvah, right? And I wash my hands specifically with that amount of water, right? People wanted to know how is it? So they said that during the COVID, people couldn't go to the mikvah. Men, not talking about ladies, okay? Men couldn't go to mikvahs. They said you can wash your hands 40 times. Right? People said, you heard that, Yossi? Did you ever hear that?
Take a shower.
That's Tisha Kavin. That's Tisha Kavin, right? There's an idea, there's different ways. There's a way of Tisha Kavin. If you have a kav of water and it's poured Tisha Kavin on the person, so he's mitayr, that's considered tahara. All right? You would even be able to go to the Beis Hamikdash with that, Tisha Kavin.
Wow.
Yeah, you'll be able to go to the Beis Hamikdash with Tisha Kavin. It works. Okay? Or they said that if you wash your hands 40 times. Why? Because again, I'm explaining to you, a revius of water is a level of water of measurement of water midaraisa that you can use if it was in a guma, was in a thing to be mitayar the thing. And a mikvah has to have 40 saw of water. Also, here if I wash my hands 40 times and have 40 revius of water, that's an aspect of mikvah. You understand? Midaraisa. Okay?
I've heard this a long time ago. Someone told me, as far the guy, the skula to have more water. In
Yes.
The cup.
Yes.
Skula lepernasa.
Yes.
So he says
Same idea. That's because of the Yama Chachma.
Right.
More water, more das.
Right.
More das. Right. A bigger cup. Right? Sfardim always have a big cup to wash with. Right? They have that's their betachin.
Right.
They believe it and they demonstrate.
That's why I brought that copper
And that's
cup
why
in
I
here.
big. What?
Big. Yeah.
That copper cup.
No.
That's the big
And I
cup.
believe most Sfardim, they do very well because they daven, they believe, they maminim, and then their betachin is there.
Right.
They're there. Yeah.
How do you
Okay.
know when we have challah or from bread or whatever that they've done all of these 10 mitzvot?
How do you know?
How do we know? Yeah. You're not supposed to.
Well, okay. So we don't do today the Ma'aser Rishon, Ma'aser Sheni,
Yeah.
and we don't have those mitzvahs today.
We don't? Why not?
Well, we don't have there are certain mitzvahs that are dependent at the time that we had the temple and so on and so forth. We don't have that today, but we still do. We're learning that it has within it the aspect of 10 levels. 10 levels of 10 different chores, 10 different things, mitzvahs that I have to do. In other words, you have to first plow, right, the charisha, then you have to do the zriya, right, and then you have to do the ksira, right, you have to first plow, and then you have to plant. So they call it sowing, I think, whatever, I don't know, plant, and then you have to do the ksira, right, then you do the meiser risha, meiser sheni, meiser ani, right, and then you have the leket, shichar, and peya, right, you can't have kilayim.
Mitzvahs, it's connected to mitzvahs or malachot.
No, they're
But those are
mitzvahs.
all mitzvahs also. What do you mean? They're mitzvahs also.
No, malachot, I mean like.
No, but again, no. So that's the point. There's my melacha can be a mitzvah. If I'm doing, one second, if I'm plowing, if I'm plowing, in order for me being able to give the meiser, in order for me able to make the bread, to be able to do what I'm doing, so then that's a mitzvah. That's the hechsher mitzvah. That's the hachana. If I don't do that, I can't have
No, I
this.
get it. I'm asking if in the 10 count is the malachot or mitzvot.
They're mitzvot.
They're melachot and mitzvot, but the melachot can be a mitzvah also. I'm trying to explain
They
to
say
you.
it is a mitzvah.
Yeah,
It was, I don't know if it was in this parsha or last week's.
yeah.
Look
There
at
are
the
10
mitzvot
different. Yeah.
that even
But
the
but
laws
again,
are
if you're just planting because the guy is planting because hey, I want to sell my wheat, and I'm not there's a way to do things that you're doing it with the right intent. You turn it into a mitzvah. Right, when you go to work every day, your work can be a mitzvah if you're doing it you go the right way. You realize Hashem, you're the one that's going to provide me this work. You're the one that's going to provide me my money, and you believe that. And then you say, I'm making this money so I can pay my bills and I can be honest, and I can pay everything, and I can take care of my wife, and I can give tzedakah, and I can take care of my children, and I can buy them what they need, and so on and so forth. So then that's a ma'aseh mitzvah. Your whole work is a mitzvah, right? Or a person can go to work and he's very See, it's all what we do.
So if you do it for the wrong reason, it's not a mitzvah,
Yes,
in a sense.
right,
Yeah.
right. Okay, I think it's getting a little late now, so we're going to stop. We'll stop over here. Ki yadayim b'kedusha, hein b'chinas b'tachin. Okay, we'll stop over there. All right, and we'll pick that up in order tomorrow. Mitzvah Hashem. I don't have a pen. Okay, I'll just remember. Okay, we'll remember where we are. Okay,
The middle of.
we're middle of Chav. Yes, we're middle of 26. 26. How do you like that?
The reason why you need to do your hands twice, one is to get off all the impurities,
Yes,
and the second one is to
to
now
bring
be
on
able
the holiness.
to bring on the whole, to get
Right,
the holiness.
right. And then we said you're supposed to not hold your hands down. You're supposed to hold your hands up while you draw, when you lift them up. Why? Because you don't want the water to run back from the impure water to run back to the tips of your fingers.
On your second washing on Seder night, you probably do want
You
the
what?
water to run back.
No. Never. Whenever I wash my hands, I never want the water to come back. I want to be able to dry it off.
So put a
I don't-
towel on your shoulders to,
water
The main thing is the tips of the fingers. The main thing's the tips. So I don't want the water to come roll back
The water
to
is the
defile.
sustenance and the.
No, I understand, but I know, but okay, Yossi, that's a different. Okay, we said the way you're supposed to wash you wash your hands and you hold your hands like that,
Right.
like the surgeons do. How do the surgeons do it?
Yeah.
Why do the surgeons do that? So the water shouldn't defile their hands. Where did they get the idea from?
Yeah, I wonder. I never thought, but they do hold it like that.
Yeah.
Why don't they hold? Why does it matter if they hold it up
Oh,
or
because
down?
they don't want their hands to get impure.
Hold it like that, and then they put the gloves on.
Yeah.
You know, say again, I don't want any of the things to come back onto my fingers. It's amazing. Oh, so that same guy, when he washes his hands for this, he'll hold his hands up. But then when he washes his hands for bread, they'll hold his hand like that.
And put a towel on your shoulders so that way you don't have to dip your hands.
Okay. All right, let's learn. Okay. We're learning Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. Today we're up to... Oh, Yud. We're up to Yud,
Before we
right?
do that, can you tell me exactly where you left off here?
Well, later. Let's learn now.
Exactly. Come back tomorrow.
You come back tomorrow. I'll tell you exactly. Here we go. We will know you come back. Okay. Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. and we're learning the laws of the Shliach Tzibur. The laws of the Shliach Tzibur. Okay, here we go. Kol Mokim Shei, we're up to, so it's 20 and 10. Kol Mokim Shei Yochid Im Torah Chayzer Mispalo. Anytime a person has to, he says his Shmona Esrei and he made a mistake, right? We said he didn't say Yalavi Yovo, or the person didn't say he made a mistake on Mashav Ruach Ma'arid Geshem, or he said Ma'arid. He didn't say whatever mistakes the person made. If he made the mistake and he realized he finished Ma'arid, he has to go back and say Shmona Esrei again, right? Okay, that's fine. So to the Chazan, if he made a mistake when he said his private Shmona Esrei, he has to go back and say it again too. But wait a second. Chutz, what? He what?
He made a mistake in the Chazarat Hashatz.
Hatfila im toch choyze mispala. Oh, okay. Im shliach siba. Right. Sorry. Right. Chutz mi shachris shel rosh chodesh v'chol hamoed. Except for shachris shel rosh chodesh and chol hamoed, im shochach v'lo yomer yalav v'yovay v'lo niska ad shehishlim hatfilasay. If he, which I don't know how practical this will be actually. Well, with this we're learning just to learn the halachos. Because I don't know if you're going to be in a shul where you can have your minyan and the guy didn't say Yalav Yaveh and there wasn't some guy that was making a lot of noise, right? Right? There's always that guy waiting. Yalav Yaveh, right? There's always that guy, right? Ein machzirin oisai, you don't go back. Ki mishum Torah chatziba smochin al ma sheyaske betfilas hamusa. Because then he can be rely on what? In other words, you don't go back because again you don't want to be. If he made the mistake and no one at all. Well, really, if you think about it, if he made the mistake and then no one else said anything, it serves them right. He should have to go back and say it again. But that's not the halacha. Okay, that's not the halacha. Okay, he doesn't go back because he's going to daven musaf after, right? If it's Rosh Chodesh or Yom Tiv, right, or Chol Hamoed, right, so he's going to have a musaf after. But let's say he finished before he said, he goes back to Ritzei. He's allowed to go back to Ritzei. That's not considered Torah Chatziba if he just has that small thing to go back to Ritzei. Okay, so that's the halacha that we have today. So if you make a mistake, you go back. If the Shliach Siva makes a mistake during his Chazaras Hatfila, then he realizes it, and he can go back to Ritzei. If he didn't realize and he finished it, he could be Saimach on the Musaf that he'll talk about the Rosh Chodesh or the Chol Hamoed at that time. Okay? Everyone should have a wonderful day and Besora Tovot.
Amen.
And have some bread.
I'll find it tomorrow. Remember, I wanted to. You said you weren't aware of this, but I want to tell you where it was in Tikkun Katzot.
Yeah.
In Leah, it says the patriarchs who were all born in the month of Tishrei.
Yes. Okay.
I didn't know that. I wasn't born in Tishrei yet. Just I'm not a patriarch.
I was.
You
Were you?
stickle Petra.
I was. Some Gedalia, Gimel Tishrei.
Oh, that's your birthday, Yossi? Wow.
Yeah. And my bris was on Yom Kippur.
Wow, Yossi.
Famous,
Wow.
The
Wow.
Mohel, I was living in.
That's why you're such a special dude, huh?
The Mohel was. We didn't have a Mohel in town, believe it or not, even though we were tight, but we didn't have it. So there was a new surgeon that just moved in from South Africa, and the tight said, this guy is he's a good surgeon. He knows what to do. You should use him as your Mohel. So Kippur, you should. Jackie Mason's brother was our family Mohel dude, but he lived in Mesa.
Mesa, yeah.
He lived in Halachos, so
He has a shul in Kew Garden Hills.
Right, that's right.
In Kew Garden Hills, yeah, Rabbi Mazur, yeah.
So we lived on the other side of town, Hillside, New Jersey.
I davened there. I said, yeah, I davened
Hillside over
there.
here, Newark sometimes.
Huh?
You You got
No, but Missouri in Kew Garden Hills. Yeah, I lived in Kew Garden Hills for a couple of years.
Kitzur, this doctor walked over on Yom Kippur.
Yeah.
And before Nila, that was when the bris was going to be. And he, it was a hot day also. I don't know, fasting, it's that. And he goes ahead and he makes it in. He says the bracha, everything's fine. Okay. I don't know why. My mother was like a nurse or something. I was with her, helping. So my dad goes to shul. They send me home. This nurse takes a look in the crib. It's a pool of blood. It's a pool of blood. Just this guy says this baby. This guy's hemorrhaging. He's
You?
me.
You?
Hemorrhaging.
Yossi. Poor Yossi.
They grab my father from Neila, and they say,
we gotta get this guy to the hospital.
you gotta get this guy to the hospital, yeah. So they end up rushing me to the hospital, and they do emergency, surgery, and they stop the bleeding. Imamish, like cut an artery.
A surgeon? A surgeon?
A surgeon, yes. Yeah, because it's different.
Well, it must be some kind of
It's
surgeon.
different than doing.
I understand.
Baruch Hashem, your kids, everything's fine, but healthy time, but still, it was. Yeah, can you imagine? And so I was once telling this to another Mohawk. He goes, "That's you." Like it's a relatively.
That was you.
So did you fast
famous.
on that Yom Kippur?
I had to do another little bris.
Did you fast on that Yom Kippur?
Yeah, but I fast on that. It's a good
I
question.
don't think so.
Good question. Yeah. So Baruch Hashem, everyone has different stories.
Yeah.
That's a nice story. Wow, Yossi, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So my birthday's always a fast day. And so I fast on
No
it.
cake for you. No birthday cake or ice cream.
No, it's not like that. Nope.
Cool. I had it when I was 19.
So yeah, you're 19, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. No anesthetic.
You were a late bloomer.
They
give
gave a
anesthetic?
local anesthetic.
They do.
Yeah, they do. But when it eases, when it
When
goes
it
away,
heals.
then it hurts. The anesthetic goes away, then
Wow.
it hurts.
Wow.
That's the
But
one.
it's fun. It was okay. I was really happy.
Yeah, Baruch
I remember
Hashem.
that I was so happy.
Well, Baruch Hashem.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
You were happy?
Yeah. It's like,
Why?
it's just like, when you do something that like you.
Yeah.
You felt
felt
good
that-
about you
yeah.
did something, you accomplished something. Yeah, it's
it was,
wonderful.
like, really like
What did you do?
Briss. Briss.
At 19.
years old.
19.
Oh, wow.
That's that's an accomplishment.
And he did it with himself with a stone.
No, with the broken glass.
With a
Broken glass? Oh no.
Bottle, the bottle of vodka. Yeah.
Vodka.
You put the vodka on at the same time.
Hey, Sasha. No, yes, you have a nice story from yesterday? Anything? You went anywhere?
No.
No, okay.
No,
Did the money come in yet?
yeah, it's waiting for me.
Oh, it's wait. Oh, okay. Baruch Hashem.
You didn't ask him about what he taught last night.
Usually teach on Parsha last night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to ask me tomorrow. You always ask on Friday. You always
Yeah, I
ask.
do.
Yeah.
Well, like, I don't know. You probably spoke about the power of tefillah, the power of words and how to use them and something along those lines.
This is Balak.
Well, he
yeah.
hired Bilam. He knew that this guy's from Moab. He's got superpowers. Moshe of tefillah. They better counter it with something else of words in the curse.
Al Ta'oreh Ki Baruch.
Baruch, yeah.
If most people think about this, he could not curse them because Hashem would not let him. It's like he didn't have the free will
No, we
to
learned.
curse.
No, we learned the idea that Bilam knew the time, that split second.
Right.
Hashem
Yeah,
gets
so
angry,
the-
and Moshe
the
Davin
research changes
and
color.
Moshe Rabbeinu Davin preempted that Hashem should not get angry during that time. during that time.
What is that about it? What do you mean he gets angry?
There's
at
a
that?
certain time that Hashem has
He's allowed
a
to
split
get-
second. He
he's allowed
gets
to get
angry
low.
a split second every day.
It's
Really?
in the morning. It's in the morning. It's probably around.
We don't know
4.
what time. When
Well,
he
somewhere we know it's in the morning.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
know it's when there's a rooster that changes colors.
Yeah, there we go. And he
Snaps.
flaps his wing,
Yeah.
and
Like for a moment, it changes. It's like when it's turning from, I guess, towards morning. There's a color. It's really very, very fast. That's the time.
His
That's the time.
thing or
No, it's here.
here?
Yeah.
So Hashem is angry for that moment.
Hashem gets angry for that moment. He's got to have some anger just to get it out, so to speak.
he doesn't have to. Hashem doesn't have to have anything. That's what
Well,
he designed. And
He designed, yeah, hold on. This is all about design.
So in other
You want
words,
the tricks.
when we hear cock-a-doodle-doo, we can get angry and yell and scream and.
This is
whatever.
if you want to. Yeah, there's. That's right.
If
You
you
know,
get angry for a second, why can't I?
really, split.
Amen.
Amen. But I heard that
Amen.
Bilam was really. He thought he could pull a fast one on Hashem.
Yeah.
Hashem came to him. He goes, "Who are these guys with you? That came to you." So Bilam's like, "Oh, all right. I mean, you're not all that, Hashem.
You don't know that. You don't really know what's going
I
on.
was just trying to make conversation to see what he was going to say, but he thought, wow. He goes, okay, I see you.
I gotta tell you,
You're a
Hashem,
little man
huh?
up there. I could, wait until I do what I gotta do. You'll never know what's coming your way.
But he also lost his prophecy too, didn't he? Right?
No, I don't know that he lost his prophecy. I know that.
No, he didn't normally have his prophecy during the day. His prophecy
No,
was
but
at
there's-
night.
I know, but wasn't there something he lost because he was going to do it for money? Oh, he said he'd go bless them.
It was killed after. That's when he
But
lost
they learn out also something very interesting, that there are malachim, this is
Yeah.
speak about, all around us.
Mazikim all around
And
us.
there's also some of the, if you knew some of the things that are going on around you, you
Go
pass
crazy.
out.
We
You
go crazy.
You pass out on the spot. If you knew what was going on around you.
That's right. That Kodesh Baruch doesn't let us see it.
Hashem doesn't let you see it.
But the animals can see. You know why? Because they can't talk.
They can't talk, and they don't have the free consciousness that we have. But they can see it. They can see. That's why sometimes they like.
La yiruni adam b'chai, right? Hashem, you can't see Hashem. You can't see these things and live.
Yeah. But the animal, the donkey, he's able to see. There's a malach hamava standing there with a sword. He's crazy. And I'm out of here. And he gets off. You see the towers that the animal has.
That the
But
animal
he's
has
such
that
a-
man doesn't have.
Man doesn't have it.
So my dog does.
Your dog has it. Yeah.
I've seen
It's
a
interesting
article,
because interesting
some
who he gets barks at and gets aggressive with.
Uh-huh.
There are certain people.
Yeah, they're
Arabs.
into it.
There are certain people who will do
So
that.
they,
It's like he knows there's
in other words,
something-
Something bad about that.
They
Yeah.
put electrodes in the brain.
Right.
Okay.
And then, so
I gotta go
they
back in. I gotta do
for the